Question 16 is a good example of why you always really want to be aware of your surroundings on the SAT and just kind of see what questions are coming, and that way you have a sense of how this test is put together. Because if we look at 16, it looks like a line reference question, right? It's got a line reference, and we would just go to that line and answer the question. But if we look ahead, we see number 17, it's a pair. It's an evidence question. And so that means we're going to approach this a different way. We might have a better shot at 16 at those answers based on the line references for 17. So we really want to do these together, even though we have a line reference for 16. We got to do them together. So I want to introduce one other thing, because like I said, let's be aware of our surroundings. And so you can see I put question 18 here as well, which has a line reference that we might use with the chronology rule to help us understand what line references might be less likely to be correct for number 17, because line 83 would break the chronology rule for choice D, right? Choice D, 91 and 92, that would go out of order. We're supposed to go in order as we find those answers. And so 68, 73, 79, that makes sense. Those are all numbers that are before 83. But 91 is a number that's after 83. So we'd expect that to not be the answer, or at least be the answer to a question that's after number 18. So that can help us nudge us in the right direction. But let's take a look. Let's do what we're supposed to do. Let's follow the QLC method, and let's make sure we have a reliable process. So let's read that question. Which of the following best characterizes Katz's attitude toward today's digital technology? So let's go to 81, 82. Let's get that context. Let's just see what's going on around there. It says, this is the kind of line reference right around here. Still, Katz doesn't dismiss the notion that there is something different about today's digital technologies, something that could affect an even broader range of work. So, okay, well, it says there's something different, so maybe that's something to note down. He's saying it's different, I don't really know, but let's see. We're going to get more information as we read those other line references, so let's go ahead and do that. So let's look at 68 to 72. Okay, 68 to 72 is right here. Katz has done extensive research on how technological advances have affected jobs over the last few centuries, describing, for example, how highly skilled artisans in the mid-19th century were displaced by lower skilled workers in factories. Well, look at the question. We're told to care about today's digital technologies. This is about stuff in the mid-19th century. That's not today. This answer is wrong. This does not talk about today's technologies. I can confidently cross it out. Let's look at B, 73 to 75. That is right here. While it can take decades for workers to acquire the expertise needed for new types of employment, he says, we never have run out of jobs. Is that where it ends? Yeah. Well, again, we're talking about the past. This is literally just following what we just read about the 19th century. So this is not about today's technologies. Honestly, it's not even about technology at all, right? It's talking about jobs. So this seems completely unrelated. 79. Right here. Very short line reference. People come up with new things to do. Nothing to do with technology. So, I've eliminated all the answer choices that my chronology rule says should be right. It's okay. It happens. Let's look at D. Let's see if it's better. All right? 91 to 92. Right here, right? If technology disrupts enough, who knows what will happen? Okay. So he's talking about technology. He's talking about who knows what will happen. So it seems to be today's technology because we don't know what's going to happen. If it were the past, then presumably we would have known what was going to happen. So this seems to match. It's not a great match, but honestly, the others were very bad. And so this is a rare case where I'm going to be breaking the chronology rule. But notice I have a reason for it, right? So it happens on the test that sometimes the answer choices do go out of order, that our answer is not in the place we would expect based on the chronology rule, but it's rare. And when it does happen, I think most of the time you will be confident enough that you'll say, you know what, I'm okay breaking the rule here. It's obviously this answer. And I think this is a great example. It's obviously not A, B, and C. They don't match with what we're supposed to find. So we get rid of them. And look, maybe I won't just circle D yet. I'll wait till I've looked at the answer choices for 16. But we have a match, right? What are they saying? He's asking a question. Who knows what will happen? So let's see. What do we got here? So Katz's attitude toward today's digital technologies. He is alarmed about countries' increasing reliance on them. I don't have anything about him being alarmed. Right? That's a very negative word. I didn't have any negative choices here. I was talking about people getting new jobs. We've never run out of jobs. Mid-19th century, we get rid of that choice. Who knows what will happen? Nothing seems alarmed, right? This is just not right. He is unconcerned about their effect on the economy. Okay, unconcerned is the word I'm drawn to here. I mean, he's talking about him a lot. So, unconcerned. If he were really unconcerned, why is he kind of rambling on? But okay, I don't know. This does not feel as wrong to me as choice A. Let's keep looking. He is uncertain how they might affect job growth. Oh, well, what did we read? Who knows what will happen? That's uncertainty. He's literally unsure. So that seems pretty good. Yeah, okay. He's saying, and if we look, we can even go back a little bit and get the context. So, will job disruptions caused by technology be temporary as the workforce adapts, or will we see a science fiction scenario in which automated processes and robots with superhuman skills take over a broad swath of human tasks? Though Katz expects the historical pattern to hold, it is genuinely a question, he says. If technology disrupts enough, who knows what will happen? So yeah, they're talking about jobs. So even this part, job growth, checks off. This looks like the answer, but let's look at D. He is optimistic that they will spur job creation to a degree not seen since the mid-19th century. No, he's definitely not optimistic, for the same reason he's not alarmed. It's not super negative. It's not super positive. It's one of these more middle kind of like, we're not sure answers. But again, if we're between B and C, we can start to notice the differences between them, even though they might seem similar. Unconcerned means he doesn't care. Uncertain means he's not sure. He's not saying I don't care. He's caring a lot. He studies it for a living. He's just saying we don't really know. And that's okay. And so look, I would be very confident in this set of choices. They absolutely matched the ideas. There's nothing that's really, I'm making it fit, right? It all fits. I can point to different parts of the lines and say, yep, here it is. This is where it is. And that's okay. That's what we always want to do. But it's really good here because, yes, something else messed with our expectations. The chronology rule was broken. So that makes me nervous. But I'm reassured because I found the ideas in the lines. So if I had no clue, choice D would be my last guess. Line reference D. But that's not going to happen very often. If you have no clue, yes, follow the chronology rule and guess. But when they break it, you're almost always going to know. And you're going to be confident that, yeah, this is just one of those rare cases where they broke the rule, but I can prove why it's okay for me to break the rule here too. And that's what we did. And I would be very confident breaking the rule here, and it wouldn't bother me in the least.